A small town in South Africa had the right visitor at the right time and is now the living proof that magic can happen. In 2011, Hydroscand began a project that forever changed people's lives with the help of the right people.
I remember the day very well when Bjorn offered to build it. What we started off by offering to build one classroom to replace the one that had been damaged by the storm. And Bjorn asked me what it would cost to build a classroom. Instinctive reaction was, if you're thinking of building a classroom, then you must get me to supervise it. Because then you will know that what you're giving for that classroom will be used for that purpose.
Together, they decided to give children a good start in life.
The story of Hydroscand and the school in Appersbusch, it started in 2011. Björn and Kajsa-Lena Holmström were traveling in South Africa with some old friends, and they stayed at a sugarcane farm in Appersbusch, where they stayed with Edna and Louis Frese.
During our stay in Appersbusch, we were brought to the local school, and we saw that the school was heavily overcrowded and needed some refreshment.
So they decided to start a project that Björn and Kajsa-Lena with Hydroscand would donate to build the classrooms, and Louis should have full responsibility and be the project leader to build it.
To build a building on a hill that had no flat area at all, that was a huge challenge. So obviously the farm implements had to be used to level this whole area up here. It really was a mountain.
And the other problem was that the soils are very deep, so you don't get a foundation. So the cost of the foundation for any building that you build here is quite expensive. That was one of the problems we had that I didn't foresee when we first started the project.
Funding was secured, and all that was left was to get to work.
After the initial discussions between Louis and Björn said that he would sponsor the project. Louis took on responsibility for the project together with Edna, and they also got some local companies on board. They started the building in 2011. 3 new classrooms were ready in 2012.
The one project that was closest to Bjorn's heart was the fact that these old classrooms all had asbestos roofs and no ceilings. In actual fact, the water that fell onto the roof went into a tank, and the children drank that water. And he was horrified. So Bjorn eventually said he was going to donate all the money for the changing of the roof. We changed the roof to a corrugated iron roof, and we put in ceilings. And obviously the benefits of that are great, because when it's hot, the classrooms are cooler, and when it's cold, the classrooms are warmer. So I think better education can take place.
When Bjorn saw that kind of roof, he wasn't happy. So he decided to renovate the whole school after building 3 classrooms. 2 classrooms, and the one was built by the donation that we got through Louis and Edna.
The whole community came to aid in the process of building the new school.
And when we did the kindergarten next door in Tutuweni, I asked a lady from our local church community who paints, I asked her whether she could get a few people to help her to do the drawings on the walls and the name of the kindergarten, and they willingly did so. So in one day they managed to paint the whole school inside and outside with pictures, And I think it is great, and it was an eye-opener for these young people that things are taking place in their neighborhood, which they actually didn't see. And I wish that more of our people in South Africa would put hands to the wheel and do projects like this.
In 2012, the construction was complete. The students and teachers were thrilled with the result.
Yes, it's changed. It's so changed. Like I was still a learner here, we had classes, but if I come here, I see the floor, the ceiling board. It's changed and it looks so perfect.
To see that all of a sudden a classroom that had 70 plus children, that there were all of a sudden enough benches for the children to sit 2 on a bench and sometimes even only 1. You know, you must see and live with it to feel what it feels like.
To me, it was probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done. It was emotional, as you can see.
The school now has room for 600 scholars and a kindergarten with enough space for both education and play.
So we could build a computer room, a library, and a staff room.
Okay, cool.
Previously, these were classrooms, and there were up to 69 children in one class.
Bjorn and the crew visited us, so they saw that that small library, which was not a proper one. And then they decided to convert this whole classroom so that we can have a proper library.
Being computer literate gives you opportunities.
The room can be used by the residents in the village, so they can use the connection with their computers.
Not only did they get space for students in preschool, but there's a large sports field where the students can have physical education and gatherings.
It took people from Sweden, that is far away. It took them to open our eyes as well. What can be done, just a little bit of effort. I salute Hydroscand for showing us the way.
To push the students further, a decision was made to make a scholarship for outstanding students.
We also have started scholarships for the most talented students. At the yearly prize-giving ceremony, there is a scholarship given out to the best student. And the first student we gave it to was Sama Lutuli.
It was so out of my mind that I will ever be on a boarding school. It was my dream. And when I was doing grade 7, I was so happy that I got bursary for studying at the boarding school, like for the whole time, like from grade 8 to grade 12. I was studying there without paying anything. They covered my everything, like school uniform, boarding house fees, like everything I needed was provided.
The first scholarship was given out by employees at Hydroscand, and it supports the student 5 years of high school in order to qualify for university. And some part of the scholarship can also be used for applications and later on some material when they're studying at the university.
This scholarship has made it possible for students to make their dreams come true.
And I knew the school fees there were very high, and I wasn't too sure how we were going to pay those school fees. But then I just trusted God, and then I said I'll just apply anyway. So I did, and they called her in for interviews, and she excelled here at Ngolayolwazi, and there she was offered a sponsorship. So that was just God's working His miracle, because I don't know how we could have afforded what we kicked off if it wasn't for the sponsorship that she has got from Hydroscand.
We saw it as a great opportunity to give talented students a chance to move on and qualify for university.
The school has had a restart with the help of a lot of people, and further development is on its way.
When people ask, when Hydroscand asks, so what's the next project, I sort of think, will it go to LUM 80 or what? It carries on. But you get pulled along. And with Louis as the foundation, I just blubber on the top and he does the work.
That is not true. I cannot agree with that. What has come out lately is the need for a hall here. When I said that the school is sufficiently kitted out to do good education, I think it's better kitted out than most rural schools. So that is the advantage. But I see the need also for a hall, although it will be a very costly exercise. There are other smaller projects that we still want to undertake, like the toilets need renovations. There's some safety features we have to put in, but we have got funding for the smaller projects, but for a hall that would be a very big project.
For Hydroscand and myself, I must say we have had the opportunity to give people a better life and better education and strengthen the community in Appelsbosch.
As a final comment, that everything that happened here could never have happened if it hadn't have been for Björn and Kaiserlina, their management staff, and the company, Hydroscand. We have been honored to have been part of it. And we thank Hydroscand for the trust that they put into us.
In this way, the life of the people in Appelsbosch has changed forever and will for many years to come.
Our task is to make our school in Appelsbosch to be the best school in KwaZulu-Natal, and we are well on our way there now.